What's the temperature in here? Yeah. 30 degrees. Yeah. Inspector Callahan reporting for duty. And we're scanning. You know something? Sometimes life can be so cruel. Do you understand? 1 second, and then it can pick you up the next second. Like, listen, I don't give fuck all about any kind of landscaping whatsoever. I'm not impressed. I'm not like trees and things like this and shrubs and you know. My wife and her sisters, they go crazy for this type of thing. Nice landscaping. I don't know. But would you know that there's 2 pieces of what do you even call it? Vegetation in my life that I made note of. And you can ask anybody I know. On my way to the dairy barn, every time we need a milk or a dozen eggs, we need milk. All right, I'll go to dairy barn. We need eggs. I'll go to dairy barn. On the way there is the most beautiful tree, and I drive out of my way to see it. It looks just like the Rhoda tree from E's book 1 and 2. On my life. I say, honey, look, it's the Rhoda tree. She goes, huh, what? I say, you know the Rhoda tree from E's book 1 and 2? No, she doesn't know. I said, that's the Rhoda tree. You don't understand. I go walking there with my son. Sometimes we go for a walk. We just walk to the Rhoda tree. Yeah. I look for Rhoda nuts. What are you going to do? I don't mind taking the ride just to see this fucking tree. It's true. What did the town do the other day? They hacked a big hole in the side of the tree. Because, number one, it wasn't too close to the power lines. I know. I look at the tree almost every day. I'm in love with this tree. And I could care less about trees. Pull them all out of the ground. I don't care. But this particular tree, you know what it was? And it was these slimy scumbag town workers that wanted to get some overtime. So just to justify their job, they started hacking every tree on the block. And they put a big gaping hole in this gorgeous tree. So yeah, thank you. Thank you. And then the coup de grace. We're getting ready to go to the restaurant, Gino's, up on Wellwood Avenue. And when I walk my son home from school, there's this corner house that has the most beautiful bush coming out of the ground. You got to understand something. Certain homes, this home is a corner house, and right on the corner of the property is this bush. Okay? And I don't know how to explain this to you. These fucking dirtbags never trim it in their life, but it's perfectly symmetrical, and it's absolutely full and gorgeous and vibrant. And every time I walk by it with my son, for some reason he stops at this one bush and he likes to run in circles around it, and then I gotta yell at him to get off of somebody's lawn. But I've commented to my wife, I've commented to my son, what a beautiful bush, and he's like, he could care less. But it's a gorgeous bush. And I said, if the guy would just take time to trim it, you know, run the trimmer around the side, maybe make the flat top, it would be that perfect bush from like the 1950s. You get it? It's something about it. Who would notice one bush? There was just something about it. And on the way to the restaurant last night, I turned my head. They ripped the fucking bush out of the ground. and I lost it in the car. It just came out of me. The fucking white trash dirtbag son of a bitch cocksuckers. And my son's in the back of the car. I couldn't control myself. Maybe I didn't say cocksuckers. The fucking filthy, white, filthy trash ripped that bush out of the ground. Then all it takes is my son to repeat white trash, and that's it. The silent spell starts. All through dinner, until we get home. She slept in the boys' bed last night. It's like, you know what? I didn't give a fuck at this point. How is it possible that the only two plants on planet Earth that I like get hacked to pieces? It's so impossibly not fair. It's almost like God is looking down and he's like this. All right. I can't win. Here we go. Now you're probably saying to me, Bit M1000, why'd you just drag out a toolbox with nothing on top of it? And I'm going to tell you why. I got everything laying over here. And this is how life can bring you up. You understand? I was so down. So the other day, I wake up with my son. He's got the day off from school. I'm like, what are we going to do? Now, I'm looking for a piece of audio equipment, a specific piece of audio equipment for the show. Very easy to find. Nobody wants it anymore. So I think to myself, why don't I go to the thrift store? Now, I haven't thought about going to a thrift store in, I can't tell you how long. I hate it. I hate what thrift stores have become. It literally hurts my stomach when I walk into a thrift store now. The feeling, the smell, they all have the same smell. Just the people, do you understand? Yeah. The kind of people that would like slit your throat to get at a bread machine. Anyhow. I walk into the thrift store and it was like this trip to the thrift store was tailor-made for me. That's the only way I can describe it. So as soon as we walk in, you know how you have the shelves just full of the shit? Little mugs and you know, hair rollers, you know, hot hair curling machines and just any kind of garbage you can imagine. Things that nobody wants. And I look over and I see this box and I said, what the hell is this? I pick it up and I said, Jesus Christ. Look at this. Dynaco. Okay? I said, Dynaco, what is this? I see a fuse thing here. Dynaco Stereo 80. I'm like, how, what? I turn it around. It's got speaker outputs on it. Whoa! It's got speaker outputs, 40 watts per channel. An input on it looks like somebody built this in their basement. And I need you to understand that I can see through this perforated steel top that there are capacitors in there that look like Pringles cans. I'm like, what is going on here? Look at this thing. It is some type of stereo amplifier. And it's absolutely fascinating to me. It weighs a ton. Okay? It's got to weigh, I don't know, 15 pounds maybe. But this is absolutely incredible. It's got a little piece broken here. This is like some type of Bakelite mica thing here. And this is touching the metal. I'm scared to death to turn it on. You guys want to turn it on? I'm scared to death. This says death by electrocution all over it. But here we go. It was $9.99. I'm like, I'm in! Okay, here we go. I got news for you. Oh! I'm afraid of this thing. I don't know. Can you guys see this thing? Here we go. Is it on? I don't know. How can you tell? I don't know. Well, hey, listen. What are you gonna do? Oh, we didn't even roll the theme song. Oh my God. Roll the theme song. Come on. Come on. All right, all right. So I throw it in a shop. I go and I run, I get a shopping cart now. Because I'm not carrying this thing all over the store. So now I go into like almost like a trance. It was weird. I'm telling you, I go into, my son, he's like running around, he's picking up that, he's like throwing, that stuff normally bothers me. You know what? You get to a point with a kid where, you know how you go somewhere and somebody's kid is just like acting up and throwing things around and doing, and you're like, how could somebody raise a child? That's me now. Yeah. I'm at the point now where I feel like I'm bringing a cage into a store with the Tasmanian devil, and I just open up the cage and I just like, you know what? What you take care of it. It's your problem now. So now I'm floating. It's like I'm floating to the back of the building. And all of a sudden, I see something that literally stops my heart. I know I say that a lot. But it stopped my heart. You got to understand something. I've been looking for this item for over 10 years. Since I started garage sailing. And here it is right in front of my face at a thrift store of all places. You ready for this? Oh, baby, look at that. Listen to this. For those of you that know, you know. Okay? That's all I can say. For those of you that know, you know. Yes, it's the SAS Bazooka tube. Now, what size is this? I'm not sure. I think it's an 8. Whoa! It's an 8. Yes. Let me tell you something right now. These things, you can't find them anymore. What happened? And you certainly can't find them for $4.99. I was so excited when I found. I've been looking for Bazooka tube. My goal, my mission, is to just fill the trunk of my car with SAS Bazooka tubes. Yeah. I figured that would be easy. I can't find them anywhere. Listen, I'm going to put this, I'm so excited. I'm going to put this in my car. I'm going to put the fucking Soundstream amplifier on it. I'm out of Ming. Or the PPI. Yeah, complete overkill. Oh, so much fun. Old school stereo. Are you kidding me? Let me tell you the thing about SAS Bazooka tubes, okay? Back in the day, when it came to a stereo system, the SAS Bazooka tubes were legendary for how far they would travel. They didn't have the deepest bass, but the bass from an SAS tube would travel. It was like you could hear it. There was one guy who had 2 in a Jeep Wrangler, and he'd have the top off, and he had 2 10-inch SAS Bazooka tubes in this Wrangler, and you could hear this Wrangler coming from literally miles away. Maybe a mile away. You could hear it. At night, you could hear him like from Linden. We'd be in Copaig and you could hear him from Lindenhurst. And that's no kidding around. It was absolutely incredible. There's so much fun. Some of them come amplified. This one's passive. It needs to be amplified. But you just strap them in your car. And I remember one time, listen, tubes were a big thing back in the day when you were dealing with car audio. I remember when me and my buddy Scott, I had these, remember those carpeted tubes? You could buy these carpeted tubes at the flea market. They were cheap. They didn't sound like SAS tubes. They didn't sound half as good as an SAS tube. But I remember I bought 2 ridiculous 15-inch carpeted tubes. Yeah. And I put JBL GT 150s in there, 15-inch JBLs. I put them in the trunk of my car. And my buddy Scott put his 2 10-inch tubes in there. And we wired it all up. And we went cruising all night. Oh my God, you have no idea. In a 77 T-Bird? What? Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea. License plate was falling off. The license plate nuts would go loose. The license plate would be hanging by the end of the night. I am so excited about that find. One day we'll do a video. We'll install it in the trunk, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because a 45-year-old man should have bazooka tubes in his Mazda 6. All right. So here we go. Let's make a little room. So now I'm on like cloud 9. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this little amplifier, who knows anything about this? The bazooka tube. I start walking. And you know how they have all the CD changes? There's a pile of 5-disc CD changes like your mind can't even comprehend when you go to a thrift store these days. If you need a 5-disc, if there's ever a day where a 5-disc CD changer will become a valuable thing, now's the time to buy. But I'm looking at the CD changers, and I stop on this Pioneer. And I'm like, oh, what? I take a closer look at it. I'm like, oh my God. This is a Laserdisc player. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. Look at this beauty. Oh, yeah. 20-bit direct linear conversion, high quality picture and digital sound. Oh, yeah. It's the Pioneer CLD 1080. And do you want to know the greatest part? $7.99. $7.99. Listen, I knew I was having a good day when I found this little baby, and I'm walking around the store, and 2 people came up to me and said, "Hey, are you going to buy that?" And I was like, "Yes, I am. Yes, I am." Now take it on the arches. So here we go. Boy, oh boy. What an occasion. So let's hook this baby up and see how she works with a little road warrior, shall we? We got to bring down picture. Okay, very simple. Very simple to connect. Oh yeah, very simple to connect. Here we go. I don't know if you guys can get a good look at this. All right. I've never turned her on. This is very exciting. Oh, here we go. Oh, she popped. Here we go. You ready for this? Watch this door open up. Oh! Yes! A little dusty. The tray's a little dusty. A little dusty. Yes, it's all right. It's all right. We understand. It's been a while. It's okay. It's okay. All right. Let's turn on tube. Fresh coffee. And you know where I'm going, don't you? We're going to side 2. Yes. We're going to side 2, and we're just going to pick a track. I don't even know. I've never worked a laser display in my life. Yes, we used to use it at Rex's house. But do you think I was allowed to touch it? Oh, no siree, Bob. No siree, Bob. Look at that. Aish! Holy! Side 2. Side 2. Okay, hold on. Source. Yes. What's gonna happen? What is gonna happen? Well, let's move you over. Shut this light off. Oh, it's movie time, guys. Get your popcorn. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Alrighty. Uh-oh. does this work? I don't know how it works. Am I doing something wrong? Oh, and this would be absolutely heartbreaking if it doesn't work. What am I doing wrong here? That's it. If you think I'm giving up here, I'm putting this on pause. I am taking this thing apart right now. Look at that. There we go. There's the motor. Right? That's the motor. Oops. Get the motor a spin. Spin up. Okay. Maybe that'll help jog the memory. And then what do? We put a little crud cutter on the lens. Here we go. A little crud cutter. Brought our tape deck back to life. Here we go. Oh yeah, baby, like brand new. Very dusty. Very dusty. What a piece of technology. What a piece of technology. Oh, it's working! Hold on a second here. You guys want to see how a laser display works? Check this out. I can't believe it's working. Ready? Here we go. Play. Oh. Yeah! Whoa, look at her go. Wow. All right. Do your thing, baby. Oh, yeah, we're in. We are in. Sip of coffee. Boy, how's that for picture quality, huh? Here we go. All right, hold on. When he goes, okay. No, no. You've got 2 hours. Okay. Come on, damn it.
I was wrong about you. I'm sorry.
Here we go.
Cracked timing case cover has broken a couple of teeth off the timing gear.
The radiator's damaged at the core.
The radiator's damaged at the core.
And a cracked water pump.
It's got a cracked water pump.
And a fractured injector line.
It's got a fractured injector line.
Well, what does all that mean?
Yeah, okay, but what does that mean? What does that mean?
24 hours.
24 hours?
They've got 12.
You've got 12. Okay.
Baby! All right, it works. Kinda. I don't know how to skip tracks here.
I was wrong about you.
All right, we'll figure it out. All right, we'll figure it out. Enough of this. For Christ's sake. Let me move this mess out of the way. All right, my coffee's cold. Crud Cutter does it again. You hear that, Crud Cutter? Pay me! So we get our laser displayer, and just when you think things can't get any better, I take about 5 steps and we run into this. Oh yeah. Look guys, look at this beauty right here. Are you kidding me? We're talking 1978, I believe. It's the Criterion Mark III Lafayette. This is the high-end Lafayette series. Okay? Gorgeous design. I mean, and gorgeous price! $12.99. Look at this thing. Now, what really got me excited about this receiver, now the condition is beautiful. But what really got me excited is somebody penciled in all of their favorite radio stations on the bezel here. And the radio stations are like Walk FM, WBLI. Whoever owned this was an old person. An old person that took care of this receiver. Do you understand? This wasn't some punk kid cranking it to the moon. No. Old people owned it. Do you understand? Nice inertia wheel right there. Sometimes when you hit the power, I don't know. So here we go. It is very simple. A baseline receiver, right? We're talking bass, treble, balance, volume, selector. It's in the same ilk as the Pioneer and the Sansui. So the Sansui better watch out because there's a battle on the way. But for the time being, we want to turn her on and see if she works. Oh my God, this is so exciting. This is so exciting. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. Lights off. Lights off. Power off. Power off. Okay. You ready for this? Here we go. Oh! Look at her. Look at her. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I even see the signal needle moving. Oh, the needle's moving. Look at this. Oh, it's very nice. Very simplistic. Just nice orange glowing lights. Are we getting we're getting a signal through the signal needle. Oh, that's great news. Let's connect the speaker and see what happens. Okay. Jesus Christ. Ah, my hands are freezing. Here we go. Volume down. Power on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh wait, we had the mute on? Oh no. Let's try the other channel. Maybe this will work. Oh boy. All right. Something's happening. All right, looks like we're off to the repair shop. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? We gotta get it fixed. So, we'll figure it out. I don't know. Maybe we'll take it down to the shop. Maybe I'll open it up and look at it. Even though that's like having my son open it up and look at it. But come on. Here we go. We also have to plug maybe a component into it. I don't know. But it just goes to show you that life can chop you down at the knees, and sometimes it can raise you up on its shoulders. So stay in there, stay in the fight, head out to the thrift stores. Well, actually, don't head out to the thrift stores because I don't need any more competition out there. You just tuned into the greatest video game program in the history of human civilization. And you better believe that. With the 4K face! We'll see you next time.